What's going on, everybody? I want to give you some tips on how to run a big multiplayer mega battle. Okay, mega battle. I'm talking big game, right? 3 to 6, 8, 10 players. The most important rule for this, and by rule I mean suggestion from me, I've done a couple now, or been a part of two that have been very, very successful, ran very, very smooth. One was the Memorial Day Mega Battle, and the other one was today, the Labor Day Large Battle. But, so rule number one, you have to simplify it down for fun. This is a game of fun. This is not a one side wins, the other side loses and feels bad, right? This is for fun. This is with you and your friends, or you and a bunch of people to hopefully make friends with. This would be a good idea for conventions. So today we played a game. It was like 5 knights, a Castellan knight, and a Shadow Sword and a Storm Lord versus my buddy's Imperial Fists and my Admech, and we just took kind of a basically like kind of an infantry army. The Imperial Fists were a little more tooled up with like thunder hammers and stuff, but I had like 30 infantry guys, breachers, destroyers, some chicken walkers, 2 doom crawlers, right? So pretty normal armies. So this was intentional to make it normal armies because, you know, we didn't want to just alpha strike the Imperial Knights and the Stormlords. Hold on, I gotta open container of paint. So we set it up, full table, 8x4 or whatever it is, city with big, big buildings, and let the knight player set all his stuff up. And all of our units we would roll for the first turn, and on a 4+ they would come in. But no matter what, we got first turn, because if there's not for that much shooting, in one turn he would just annihilated us. So, and also his Castellan stays in space and he rolls for it starting on his second turn on a 4+, 3+, 2+. And the Castellan's rules were it could deep strike anywhere on the board 5 away from an enemy, and anything within 6 on a 4+ took D3 mortal wounds when it landed. So it was like the tanks and knights all converged in a city. The Imperial Fist and Adeptus Mechanicus, Power of Graia, ambush, or, you know, maybe they lured them all in there for a trap, whatever. We all come on from all sides of the table, and then the Castellan drops down from space and wrecks shop. So what we did, starting on turn 1, the Space Marines and the Admech rolled a 4+ for every unit. Only if you rolled a 4+ did you come on. Okay? Then, if your unit was killed, it went back in reserves, but it started at a 6+. So say all your stuff, just for an example, for simplifying this, all our units, say, came on a 4+, and then were all killed. The next turn, they could all come back on a 6+. And that would track down 1 each turn. So if it didn't come back on a 6, next turn on 5, 4, 3, 2. And the original ones were 4, 3, 2. And we just marked basically how many things the Imperial Knight and Titan, I guess Baneblades, whatever Shadow Sword player killed. And it was super fun. It was so much fun. It had a lot of still the same kind of swing, emotional, oh, we're going to crush him. Oh, we did too much damage. He has no way of coming back. Oh, he just killed everything in Overwatch, and now we're on the back foot. And he pretty easily killed every model. There was only like 2 models, 2 characters, like a Tech Marine and a Lieutenant, that hadn't actually died. But everything else had died at least once. And we did it power level. I think he was somewhere around 150 to 175. We were somewhere around 160, I think. Somewhere like that. Not overthinking it. Now, the number 1 tip for running a big game: take out all the stratagems. Get rid of them all. This time we used Warlord traits and relics. I would also suggest you get rid of those too. They just complicated, or just do, the warlord trait maybe, or one relic, I guess, whatever. But depending on how many people you got, that can get confusing. So get rid of all the stratagems, period. No, you're not going to play with yours and interrupt when he's doing that, and, oh, you deep strike, I got to shoot you now. None of that. None of that. Oh, I get Overwatch. Oh, I get to shoot twice. Nothing. Because when there's that much models on the board, the game's already going to go slower. So you want to increase the speed and fun of the game more than your little combos and your codexes that are definitely powerful for winning a one-on-one match, but pointless for a fun-filled holiday weekend. A game on Labor Day that is for some friends to have a good time, instead of everybody just playing the normal one-on-one matches that they maybe played the day before. So get rid of all the stratagems. We give every player one reroll per turn. In this instance, me and my buddy each had one, and the Imperial Knight player had two. So he had two rerolls on our turn, two rerolls on his turn, and each of us had one on our turn, one on his turn. For armor save, whatever, right? Just a reroll. It's just simple. That's just so if you roll the 1 on your D6 shotgun, or the damage, or the 1 to wound on your Strength 16 Shadow Sword, you have a little bit of, protection against the variables. And it's fast, you don't have to overthink it. You have one reroll. Just use it, it's not a big deal. And I can't stress enough that it's not important who wins at all. It's important that you all have a good laugh when the Terminator Captain with Thunderhammer rolls a 12 to make a charge and then dies to Overwatch from a crack missile, and it rolls 6 damage on him. So, just alive, 12-inch charge, dead. Yellow missed, because he's an Imperial Fist, so he wears yellow armor. And those are just some tips to running a mega battle. The next mega battle will be Tanksgiving. Yes, I know what you're thinking. That sounds fun. So if you're in Phoenix, Arizona, make sure you hit me up at Imperial Outpost Games to be a part of Tanksgiving. We will be planning a mega battle. As many people as that want to play. It will be, I think it's something, I can't remember what we are going to decide on. I think some underneath Baneblade level, possibly Land Raiders. But if everybody just brings one vehicle up to, say, 250 points or whatever. So hopefully there'll be like 20 people, and then there'll be 20 tanks on the board, which could include Falcons, Predators, Plagueburst Crawlers. It could be, if you were feeling like you wanted to, you could be a Torox Prime or whatever, right? You could be a Lehman Russ, a Basilisk, try to hide from everybody. Or a Death Shriek, Manicore rocket thing. That'd be pretty cool. Hellhound, right? And it's just all tanks. Everybody gets one. Hopefully we'll have around 20 people. We can just roll D20s for initiative and just go in turn, everybody versus everybody. Last tank standing wins. So Tanksgiving, I would be super excited if you guys let me know if any of you do anything like this. Memorial Day mega battles, Labor Day large battles, or Tanksgivings. They are very fun. It's a good way to break up the hobby and not overthink, especially if you're a competitive player. I'm not, but I follow it a bit, so I do play in some events, but I wouldn't consider myself a competitive player. But it's a good way to just break up your hobby. Like, playing my AdMech today was so fun. Playing in the last tournament was pretty fun, right? I had an okay time, right? It was fun. No complaints. Today, super fun, memorable. I'm going to tell the people that didn't show up today that they really missed out. When people miss out on like a tournament, like, oh, how come you didn't play in the tournament? And they're like, oh, I decided I was going to go get Taco Bell instead of play 40k for 12 hours. And then I go, oh yeah, that makes sense. I would have chose Taco Bell as well. So that's all I got for right now. Tanksgiving, Memorial Day mega battle. We got to think of some more. If you have any ideas for mega battle type scenarios, simple is better. or if you've done any of your own, I'd like to see some response videos, or just, you know, write it all out in the comments, big comments. I'll read them all. And that's all I got for you right now. So remember to subscribe and tell me which tank to bring for Tanksgiving. I am thinking of bringing I don't know, maybe a dune crawler, or maybe like a Helverin, or I don't know if we're going Land Raider size. Sorry, a little sidetrack here. I don't know if we're going Land Raider size, but I probably will have my Deathwatch Repulsor tank built by then, which could be cool. Or possibly just a good old-fashioned Lehman Russ. So, anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Please subscribe. Thank you very much.